Hello everyone, I am DeFudge3004. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I have been busy working on my ship because the last time that we were in here we got a good portion of this built. We built the frame and everything, and I have added some things to it. I'll go over that in a minute, and I'll go over what I'm doing here and let you guys see all the things that is going on. I did make some changes, and I want you to see how everything is happening and what all I am doing, so you can kind of give me maybe a little bit of feedback if you think about it or you want to. I have made it a little bit less wide because before I made it out to here or here, so I basically took it down 1 or 2 blocks on each side. And I did that for a reason because it was a little bit wide. It was really quite wide, but this ship will still fit in here with plenty of room. As you can see, there's plenty of room on either side, especially if we get up right up here. I do believe that this ship is 11 blocks wide, and this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 blocks wide. So that'll leave 7 extra blocks, and then it's also high enough by quite a ways to be able to get in everything that I need to. So right there's the bottom. You can see those landing gears are at least about a block up, and if we come up here you can see there's about 3 or 4 blocks that I have for room there. I don't want to struggle getting something in and out, especially if I need to go really quick or something like that. One of the main changes that I made is you didn't get to see this, but I originally had this planned to where I had like 6 across here, and then I had 2 up here that would open like 4 that way, and I had basically a 4 wide door. Well, I decided that what I was going to do is make this door a little bit bigger and park 2 ships on this side, and then I have plenty of room for them to get out. You can see there's still a good 2 blocks for that ship to move, and there's a full block for that ship to move, plus a block in between, or approximately. That way I can move these around fairly decently, get them in and out, and these are the airtight hangar doors. That's why they look a little bit different. They're expensive, but they will work. There's also the small block variants, as you can see right there on the block side, that has a square on this side of the screen where it says airtight hangar door. There's the square, and then there's a partially filled in square. That means they're for large and small blocks. Now, I have these about 8 across, and something else I did too is I had these about 8 across. So I have 2 bays where I can put in small ships. I had my driller in here, but I had to go out and get more resources, so he's sitting over there. And I think this will work out pretty good, I'm hoping. What I'm also planning on doing probably is building a hallway here, and I'll have like this block with a wall and this block with a wall with a doorway somewhere in here, like maybe here or here. I'm not sure exactly where. And I might even build this out one more with these doors. I am not, because I want to kind of make that doorway in the middle if I can. I just have to have things like that way because that's the way I work. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here should be just about in the middle, and I should be able to put a doorway on either side going into either one of these bays and be able to get my ships. I think that'll work out really well. And again, everything that is down here is just a placeholder, so I know about how big they're going to be and maybe where they may go. I have put the assembler right here, and I put those upgrade units on the bottom of here. So I have a speed module, yield module, and 2 power efficiency modules on here. I don't know why that one looks so different than that one, but they do. So, and then I have the assembler right here, actually right here, with the yield module and a power module up here. That way that reduces the power consumption and also gives me more, and then the assembler is right between the two. My thought is I'm going to build like a ramp or something. Well, not a ramp, but a walkway around here, and I can have a ramp going up so I can come up to these instead of being down here and trying to struggle to get up into there. I'll be able to just go straight up into them and get the stuff out that I want. And I think that's actually going to work out like a pretty good idea, I hope. And the bay up here is going to be about this tall. And I think that'll work out plenty enough to get these ships in and out. If I need to, I really can't expand it anymore because these only go 2 blocks down and 2 blocks up. So I kind of have to have it like that. But these ships will work out just fine with that. This wall, I don't know if it's going to stay like this. I just kind of built it to try to get it going. I have been working on this quite a bit. I got a good portion of this floor here done, at least framed in, so that way I can start getting that welded up, but I'm still unsure about what I'm going to do. And I also made a change here. If I keep the jump drives here, I made sure that there's a space between each and every one of them for pipes, or maybe walkways down here that I could put a floor right down here in, and then I can have the power units up here or something, the large reactors and batteries somewhere and all that stuff. I haven't figured out where yet. I'm still busy working on trying to get all this figured out. I don't know if I'm going to have the whole thing angle in like this, or if I'm going to come back to here, approximately here, and just kind of taper it out. So it's kind of more of a square here, but I am going to have this angled out right here, like this. So that way you can see how that's coming out to where the big ship is going to be. And my plan is to also build another fighter, but a small ship fighter. So this one will be for the larger ships, or even something that I just want to go to real quick with the jump drive. And I can have a small one that I can actually maybe attach to there, and then go and take that one and use them both to get back. One of the things I wanted to show you is, let me go in and get rid of this, because this is an explanation that I was telling my friend about. I had put windows up here, but I'm not going to do it this way right now. And I'll show you why I had to do that, and maybe I'll just leave one of these on here as an explanation and show you why. I have been busy trying to figure out how to make this work, and I have an idea. And for those of you who don't know how this works, this may be a good guide to help you out if you want to make angled blocks. Also, I am going to make windows right here on both sides of this, so that way when I'm down in this bottom area, I can look out and just see what's going on, so I can keep track of things. I thought that was a pretty good idea. I don't know if I'm going to keep this right here. I may get rid of this too, because they're going to be attached over here, and this will work out just fine. For in here, what I have done is I was going to make angled blocks like these ones right here in here, but when I was doing it, I'm going to be losing a lot of stuff. So what I did is I used a inverted corner, and then a corner, and then an inverted corner and inverted, and yada yada yada, all the way up on both sides. That seemed to work really good for making that have a good nice angle to it, and also angling it out this way so it looks nice. And that's what I'm going to do right here. As you can see, I have a inverted corner here, light armor corner, I guess, then an inverted corner, and a corner, inverted, yada yada yada, all the way across. Let me start working on this, and I'll show you what I have done. And down here, I just have the angle blocks and then a regular block right there. And of course, I did the same thing here with the regular block and then angled blocks, because that one's just angling up. I could probably do that here if I wanted to, and I may very well decide to. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to go and see. One of the biggest issues is these ones are still going to take up that much room no matter what, and even these small angled ones are taking up that much room. So either way, I'm kind of losing a lot of space. I want to try to keep something here open for maybe lights or something, but I'm not sure yet. So let me get started on this, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Make sure I do have enough iron on me, or steel plates. I do. I have 460 of them. I'm going to go to number 7. And this is where the fun really begins, because what I'm going to have to do is come up to here, because I wanted to get these ones started up here so you could kind of see what I've done. So I take this and I scroll down to the inverted corner. I flip it like that, so that way it's down like that. You can see how it's angled. And then I need to put in a corner down here, but let me Actually, I had all this built up and welded and everything, and I thought I would show you, so now I need to get back in this and figure out just exactly how I did that, because, you know, tend to forget those things. Okay, we'll do it like this down here. And then we'll scroll down, we'll flip this guy around like that, and we'll do it like that. Scroll up, down, up, down. And we'll just keep on doing this all the way across here until we get this in. And something you can do too, if you already know you have a base where you want to put things, you can just go ahead and get all of these ones set the way you want them, and then just come in here and start setting all of these. Okay, I got all those in. I'm going to work on getting these welded. I will come back and I'll show you the problem that I am having on the inside, and I'll go ahead and build these all the way up, and I can just continue with that one there, and you can see how I'm just stacking these. And I'm sure for those of you paying attention, you can already see the problem that I'm going to be having on the inside, and that's going to be something we're going to have to deal with once we get that far. So let me go get my energy back. I will get this built up on this side, and I'll go inside and show you what it is that I'm dealing with on the inside. One of the problems with trying to put them in like this once you get to a certain point is trying to get them in there and not miss and put them in the wrong place. It is generally best to come on the inside and just place them like that. That way you can see exactly where they're going to go, because you still may very well miss. It's just not going to be as much, or so you're hoping it isn't going to be as much, but it could very well happen. Alright, so all of that right now is now built. And if I were to just build, like, let's say this one, these couple of ones right here, like this one right here, and this one right here, then when I come inside here, I have a stair step problem that all of these, as you can see, are going like this, and that goes all the way up. So I have a bunch of basically blocks in here, and what I have to do is the reverse process of that. So I have to come up to here. Let's go to number 7, and let's flip this guy around like that, and then flip him upside down, so that he goes right like that. And I already have a corner piece right there, as you can see right here. So that way he works there with a inverted corner right there. And then I just have to keep on doing that all the way around. Come up to here, put one there, put one there, put one there, put one there, and then go to your corner, reverse them, flip them, and then start putting these in. You can leave these top parts open if you want to, like, put something in there. There is nothing wrong with that. I just want this to look as good as I can get it, and then I have to match these with these. Now, I would advise anybody who is doing this to, instead of building like the whole thing inside and out, is to first weld up all of this side on one, because that way if you miss a block you can always go in and get it again. If you build up both sides like I did right there, then there is a possibility that you may miss a block deep inside there, and you won't even notice it until you are, I don't know, you get hit by something and you realize a block is not as strong as it should have been, and you're like, well, what's going on? Because you actually missed a block. It happened to me when I was looking at it, and I did miss a couple of blocks. Let me get all this welded up out here, and I'll show you what that looks like, and it actually looks really, really good. I'm getting ready to weld up these last few pieces, and I'm using my ship because it's going to take so much less. It's going to take a lot less time than actually just going in and doing all this by hand, because then I end up getting worn out, and I have to go back and get a lot of energy and everything else. And if I can avoid that just by doing it like this, then that's what I will do. you can kind of see how this looks, and once we get done, I'll take you a little bit back and we can take a quick look at this and just see exactly how this does look. Let's get out of here. Now this is what that's going to look like now that I have that side done. You can see how, you know, you have like a unique design with it and how everything is just kind of like triangles. It looks like it's all just the triangles, but it's actually inverted corners and triangles, as you know. And that's how that is going to look. Now on the inside, as I have said, I then end up having a bunch of stair steps, and that's going to be a huge problem if I want to not have that. Instead, if I want to have it smooth like this, then like I said, I have to reverse the whole process and start that over to the inside. So basically, this is going to be double thickness than what it would be like a wall like this. But this will also be a little bit more protection. I'm only using the light blocks because I don't plan on taking this guy into battle. I mean, if it happens, it happens, but I would prefer to not take this guy into battle. I may put on some guns on the outside just for safety's sake, but probably no like rocket launchers or anything, because it's not going to be a battalion. It's just going to, or a battleship. It's just going to be one that maybe if I have to defend myself against something, I can, and that's going to work out really well, I think. I hope, possibly. Let me get the rest of these built. I may do these inside by hand just because of all this stuff that's around here. I have plenty of room on this side, but this side is a little tight with these, and I don't have to keep those there. I just want them as placeholders, oxygen generators. This is almost done on one side, and then we still have to work on this other side, and I'll go up top and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing for the bridge area that I am going to be working on next. Now you can see how the inside is done. It looks exactly the same as the outside. Now the outside is a bigger area because it goes a lot farther across because you have wider blocks. When you include all of these along this side and all of these along this side, that just adds to a bigger area, and of course along the top and the bottom. Now these ones right here are pretty much, I do believe, all just the blocks and the angled blocks, because since these ones are just going straight across, they're just angled like these, and then of course just regular blocks, and you can see that pattern there along with those. So this is my idea. Now for this top part up here, I'll work on this after a little bit. I don't want to get this too done yet. I do, but I want to show you what I'm doing on the top as well. What I have decided to do is, and I already had this partially built, but I didn't actually have the whole thing totally built. I am planning on making this a good sized glass area. Let me go see which ones are which. So that's, okay, I have a bunch of different blocks on here. I don't think I need that one, but we will see. And then I have all of these that I am using. These are one of the power modules. If I go to number 2, the plus, remember the plus means that there is more than one type block on there. And I get that one like that, and then I scroll through to do a slope. Then that slope, as you can see, is like that. But if I turn that on the side, then I can put that right there, and that's going to follow right along this curve. The unfortunate thing is I cannot use a 2x block. I guess that one is a... I cannot use one of these 2x1s, 1x2s, because they just do not angle the same way as the 1x. You can see they just will not cooperate. I have tried everything that I can think of to do, and they just are not going to cooperate at all. And there's really not a lot that I can do about it to keep it from doing that. And I also want to make sure that as much as possible, I don't have blocks on the inside like that. I do realize that ones like these are going to be partially inside and partially outside by this one block. But if I can avoid that by, let me see, how was it that I did that? I actually took out this one right here, and I went to number 5, I do believe, yes. I turned him like this. So you can see that the clear side is a side that's looking in, and this is the side, or this side that's looking on the outside. You're looking in right here, and on the inside you're looking out right here. And I wanted to make it like this, scoot that back to right there. This is the best I'm going to be able to get it, because it won't let me build it out here, because there is nothing out here on these blocks that are able to hold up a window. And I've tried and tried and tried, and the only thing that I can really think of to do is just to do this, so that way it's facing out. I have a big main window to look out of, and then I can build these going up. Let me see, I can probably put a 2x3 in here, and then see if I can angle those back. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but I am going to definitely give that a try. So if I do it like this, that's a... Okay, that one is definitely the wrong one. So it has to be number 4. Let's turn you up there like that. Turn you like that. And I can't really get you to get squared right up in there just as good, so I don't know if that one's actually going to work as well. It will if I do it right. That way that one's only too high. And then I'm going to try to angle a bunch of these ones back this way if I can. So let me get that on there. Come on, you can do this. I'm hoping it will do it like this, but I'm just going to have to play with it and see if it will. Because I'm going to have to build up some other stuff to actually make that work. Let me work on these first, and I'll come back and we'll see what we can do there. This is the best that I can do with the window blocks that I was talking about. And I tried putting a light in here and building one on there. It wouldn't work. A catwalk block, but then I have this open. I wouldn't be able to put a light in there. I have tried everything that I can, and because I can't build anything out this way without making this a block or something and really just kind of messing up the look of it, I have to have it like this. I don't have to have these this big window here. I can't have these ones angled up to here, but I have to have that block right here facing in, and I would like to have something right up against there, like probably the console and stuff, so I can actually see what is going on all around me. I may actually have like another one back here or something, kind of like the captain's chair, but have like the navigator's chair up there or something. But this is the best that I'm able to do with what I have right now, because of the way this game is designed, with everything taking up a full block space, no matter how small they are. You can see the green line there. Then that just means that I can't put anything in these spaces. That's one of the problems with like voxel type games, is you can't put anything in a lot of these places, and that's just the rules that they have set. Kind of like Minecraft, you can put glass between the blocks, and you can put a glass block in, but you can't put in anything in that area because it just takes up that much room, with barring the windows that are the window panes, that is. So this is all I'm going to be able to do for the front. And like I said, I would like to have a seat like right here, and then that way I can really see everywhere around. And then over here on this side, so the reason why I had this right here in was because I originally built them on this side and then didn't know how I was going to build everything. So I don't need this anymore, because I went ahead and actually built them on this angled piece, which works out just fine because they're attached to this inside piece right here and the outside piece, so this works out just fine. And without having an outside piece here, short of making this a funky looking block that doesn't match the rest of this, I'm not able to put a window block right up to here. If I could, I most certainly would, but it would really mess up everything else on this line and just make things kind of look really weird. Unless there's an idea you may have that I'm not thinking of, this is the best I'm going to be able to do. Let me go ahead and put in the rest of these window blocks and I'll show you the design that I have in mind. So it turns out I actually did need those blocks there. If I take a number 3 and I put that down here, because I am not able to make a block go on the outside here like this with the dark side looking out. It will not work because there's nothing out here for it to connect to. So if I take this block, turn him like this right there, then I can take this block and I can have him facing out like that. That's why I have to do that like that. If I get rid of this block right here, then all this block is just going to go floating up into space and this is not going to seal. So I have to have that block there, or try to figure out some blocks that I'm going to have out here on the outside that are not angled blocks like this. That is the only way that that is going to work, and I really don't know what I'm going to do there yet. I still have to decide, because that's just going to look kind of funny if I do that. What I might do is see about building some other blocks there. Let me take a look to see what I can do here to finish this out on this side to make that look good, and I'll come right back. One of the nice things about having this here, I know it looks a little bit different, is I can place this one right next to it just by lining my cursor up with that right there, and it will work just fine. So I have two 2x3 or 3x3 windows, one right there, and then I'm going to have some more over here by this side. I tried experimenting making this longer out this way, but I really didn't like the way that it looked, and I just decided to stick with this right here. So what I can do is have that dark side facing out like that, and then I put my cursor here, because if I don't, it's not going to work, and I'm going to have to do it right like that, except not quite that low. More like that right there. So that way it matches the height, and then since it's attached to this one, it is going to be okay when it is on this one right here. But as long as I don't take out these ones, then everything will be okay. And I think once I get all this welded up and everything, it should be okay and it will hold. I just need to go and see about getting all of that done. I'm going to get some energy, come back, work on this back side and the top, and I will show you just what I had in mind when I got all this done. So I'll return here in just a quick minute. What I have to do now is basically take these side pieces and start putting them on here, and I have to twist them so that they work right like that, and then I can begin having pieces all along there. And then I have to figure out, because since they will go right along here, I can start doing it like this all along here on both sides, and then I can begin putting glass along either side, and I'll show you that here in just a quick minute. Let me get these guys in place. Okay, so if I do that, then I should be able to take a number 4, a 2x3, or is that a, yeah. So come up here closer so that he is like that. Flip him like this. Okay, there we go, just like that. I just had to get it in the right place. Once I do that, then I can just begin taking this back. And I want the dark side always facing out. And I will go and take that one more back, and I'm going to have probably a solid wall back here, which means I can actually just put in a 2x3 right here. So let's do a number 4. 2x3 there. Those were 2x3s, weren't they? So I can put in a few 3x3s, and that's what I'm going to do. And then across these, I can go ahead and begin putting in some of these 1x2s. Just like that. So you can see how this is going to work. Get a few of these in, put in a 1x there, and then I could put in a 3x right here, so that'd be number 5. Just like that, and then I can of course put in some 3x's here. Let me get the rest of this done. We'll come back and we'll take a final look at what I have done to make this work. In final thoughts, this is my idea, is to have a bridge right here where I can look out in all directions, up and forward and all the way around. I don't need to worry about looking down so much because this is going to be just a solid piece, plus I can't see through that floor down there anyway, and I don't need to see back here because the only thing I'm going to be seeing is this big wall or whatever that's going to be back here, angled wall, whatever it is that I'm going to be building back here that's going to come up to here. If I decide I need to, I can always leave some slots open here to put in some windows or something to look back, but at least as far as this is kind of like a fish bowl that I can look out of, and I can have everything up here. I can see what I'm doing, have all my consoles and all that stuff up here, maybe even like some ready rooms and different things like that, and then have a solid wall back here, and then of course have the angled pieces here along the front again, just like I did over here, so you guys can see what I am doing here. Let me know what you guys think about this, and if there's anything that I can do differently here to make this work without necessarily messing up like the lines and all that kind of stuff. It would be interesting to know your thoughts, so I have something more to go on, so maybe I can improve this design and actually make it a little bit better. This is Space Engineers. I am the Fudge 3004. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you guys like this episode. I will continue working on this. I gotta see what all I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna put my tubing to get things back. I'll probably run it somewhere like along here to have all my tubes going back there, and then I'll have them running, you know, down here or something, have vents up here so I can have this. I'll probably have another floor in here somewhere, which is maybe where I want to have like this kind of open a little bit so I can put pieces in here and have a subfloor for everything. I still have a lot of thoughts on this, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do everything. But I've been just trying to get this built as much as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is an amazing build, and it's going to take a really long time to get this done. Stick with me, and hopefully this will be amazing. We'll figure out some spotlights to put on wherever we can. We might even like put one on either side of here and then just wall it in, and then have glass all the way around. Maybe one over here to help illuminate things, figure out where we're going to put the thrusters and all of that. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.